Run, Roach.
Tell you what, the beast. Watch where you traipse. Not bad.
Run, Charles.
At least the weather's pleasant.
Honestly, it's a shame you killed the beast. Now we shall abandon all morality whatsoever.
Sir Geralt of Rivia, 3 cheers for the tourney's victor. Hip hip hooray, hooray, hooray!
Scars. Eggs. Do monsters have mamas and papas?
Am I too late to sign up? We've 1 slot free for anyone willing to play the Skellige deck.
Tucson is once more a land of peace and order.
I assure you, Skellige is just as strong as the other factions. It shall soon be considered canon. Of this I'm certain.
I don't know. Always been an Nilfgaard man myself. I must give it some more thought.
Geralt of Rivia. Saw a notice about a Gwent tournament.
By all means, you've come to the right place. I am Count Martin Monnier, Organizer-in-Chief. Our tourney's more than mere diversion. We've a mission, see? To spread word of my brother's brainchild, Skellige, a new Gwent faction.
New deck? Where'd you get the idea? I mean, why bother?
All Beauclair knows me as a great lover and promoter of Gwent. My brother, dead for some time now, was known to be the same. We shared another great passion, travel. Spent a great many years at sea in our youth, marking out our territory in multiple corners of the world. Yet the one that truly grabbed us by the stones were the Skellige Isles. The stormy sea, consumed by a fever, a suicidal awe, dashing itself against somber cliffs. That is the image I retain. It, and others like it, inspired my brother to devise the new faction.
These new cards. Tell me something about them.
Their design embodies the Isle's spirit. The rage-filled potency, the rough, brutal beauty. Famed Skelligers, heroes of lore, berserkers and beasts, ogle us from the cards. Ran Tuirsek is the faction's leader, of course.
And the other famous Skelligers?
Hjalmar and Serison Krite, naturally, though not conjoined. Also Hemdal the hero, the venerable druid Ermion, the list goes on.
The tournament. Where do I sign up to play?
Right here with me. I've 1 slot open, but there's a condition. You must use cards of the Skellige faction. You see, I've already asked a great many seasoned players to do the same. Alas, all fear novelties, disdain process, care too much for the climax, for winning. So they insist on playing with their tried and true decks.
Long story short, you need a sucker who will risk it. Take a stab at proving Skellige's no worse than the established decks. Best way to do that'd be to win this tournament using your brother's cards.
We understand one another perfectly, I see. Behold this trophy, standing stiff and strong. It could be yours if you win.
Not bad. Could look great in my house. On the sideboard, maybe. All right, I'll give it a shot. Play using the new faction.
That is an exceedingly good rub to my loins. Just 1 small ajoinder. I can only provide you a basic Skellige deck. My brother, alas, gave away or lost many key cards.
No chance I can win the tournament with these cards?
An issue easily resolved. You must simply face local Gwent competitors, win the missing cards from them. Besides, it would be very good practice for the tournament itself. Here, the cards I can spare you. Take them, please. The rest I keep for myself, for I, too, intend to play as Skellige.
No ointment could help.
Pure gold.
Tucson is once more a land of peace and order. Thanks largely to your family.
Problems? Hire a witcher. It's a good... Wipe your boots before you take another step. Don't slurp your food. Don't eat with your hands. Don't pick your teeth with your knife.
What?
Oh, I'm just jesting. You, sir, clearly were not born in a barn. Welcome to the pheasantry. The best auberge in all the duchy.
Spoon like this. When you set a place, where's it go?
My, oh my. It seems rather a fanciful bouillon spoon. Or a key of some sort. There's a note here.
Yeah, note led me here. Any idea what the key might open?
Never seen it before. But you might search the cellars. The previous owner left all sorts of knickknacks there.
I know you're busy, but round of Gwent?
Eat, drink, and be merry. Thus spake the prophet Lebioda.
You need new breeches? Gauntlets, perhaps? What say you, fair knight?
Up for a round of Gwent?
Scour all the fairs, you'll find no better ways.
You shan't find anything better in all Toussaint. Welcome, please peruse. The best diverse wares in Toussaint at the best prices.
Instead of chatting, why not a quick game of Gwent?
The larder of the Duchessa herself.
She looked at me, all right. Looked right at me.
With the beast beat down, the bells should be particularly
From the shortcuts. Be careful you do not trample any herbs. Welcome. Herbs freshly picked, dried, powdered. Whatsoever your heart desires.
Herbs schmerbs. But how about some Gwent, eh?
trample.
Citizens, a plea from Her Illustrious Highness.
Hey, Tony
the
Champion.
Ducal
The bells
Chancellery
must if you
is
want-
swarmed each day beyond capacity.
Sir,
Reginald Aldry has returned, not to be missed. Buy your tickets
Smashing
now.
work,
Available
Richard.
from me alone.
nice tune.
Greetings and welcome, sir. Toussaint is home to the best wines in the world, and I've the best wines in Toussaint.
Care for a round of Gwent?
Will the good prophet Lebioda lively and spry? From me he would everything buy.
Always strength.
Reginald Daltrey has returned.
Welcome back, Master.
In the mood for a round of Gwent?
Too much out again. Greetings, Knight. My most heartfelt gratitude, sir. Compensation for your sacrifice.
Wouldn't happen to play Gwent, would you?
Welcome back to our northern den.
In the mood for a round of Gwent?
Come get a touch of pox.
I wee on everything.
The Duchess summoned me. I wonder what for. Step into my parlor, my good sir. What brings you to Toussaint? Tell me.
Let's call it business.
Ah, then. A professional journey. Nothing but work, tension, unfamiliar beds. One needs a way to relax at times. Perhaps my girls could help you.
Cozy place you got.
I'm pleased you noticed. You see, when I had set aside enough to found my own establishment, I wished it to be not a bawdy house, but a bawdy home. A place where patrons would not simply come, drop their hose, then flee as soon as the girl rolled over. Here, the sheets do not reek of sweat, the beds have no bed bugs, And the wine is not watered down. It is a place where one longs to linger. To chat sprawled in a comfortable chair, to light a pipe. All after paying a modest fee, of course.
Interested in the unusual. Got a special request. Just need to keep this between you and me.
You know well I shouldn't. Hey, who cares? How might I help?
Gwent, you play?
Was it you who...
Sausages, hams, pâtés!
Know you're busy, but you up for a round of Gwent?
Schmatzes, scurvy Hanses, how is a man to live?
Stocks and the whip await those running riot. Our duchy values peace. Mary held a little lamb with fleece. You are Sir Geralt of Rivia. Bridge your crest. The Tawny's victor. This is a great honor.
Know you're busy, but you up for a round of Gwent?
Master Witcher, over here.
Geralt, his crest the bridge, master of the melee. Welcome, welcome.
Care for a quick round of Gwent?
Lift off my hand and a mighty cry. I pound steel and watch sparks fly.
Am I invisible?
Keep calm. Start no brawls.
Submitting the parent for a murder.
Monsters, wildcats, bandits, trample all
Girl
for I
permanentation,
come.
hair rejuvenation, dandruff annihilation. Welcome, Sir Geralt. I've heard tell of your accomplishments.
Need a bit of grooming. Gwent, maybe we could play around.
Permanentation, hair rejuvenation, dandruff annihilation.
The gods have sent the beast as punishment for our sins. We have ceased to succor our ancient traditions.
Baseless strange.
Well, well, the one and only Geralt. The bridge his crest graces my establishment. What do you need, sir?
A round of Gwent, maybe?
Eat, drink, and be merry. Thus spake the prophet Melioda. Bona!
the swords,
Wisdom!
the horse,
Lie
oil,
stripped of all that is noble! Meanness, lords, over generosity! And the valiant have shown themselves.
I shall be famous one day, as famous as you.
A tip of the hat to the tourney's victor.
Don't frighten me, kiddies.
Witcher or not, you've still to bust your bum.
Mint, nettle, horsetail. Nature's bounty. Welcome, wanderer. In need of herbs, perhaps? Wort for a sore stomach, or...
Prefer willow bark or iris root for stomach aches. Wort can cause dizziness, nausea.
Forgive me. It's just that you do not have the look of one familiar with herbs.
What looks that? And looks deceive anyway. Me, I'm not out for common weeds that grow in any meadow. Need rare ingredients. Can you help me out, or should I move on?
You must judge for yourself.
Meant no offense.
And I took none. I should be the one to apologize for judging by appearance alone. Tell me, your knowledge, how did you gain it? From an herbalist living nearby?
No, from somewhere a long way off. Kaer Morhen, northern Kedwin.
Gods! That's the continent's other end. What are you doing in Toussaint?
Same thing I do anywhere. Killing monsters. Wouldn't happen to play Gwent, would you?
Mint, nettle, horsetail. Nature's bounty. You'll frighten me, kiddies.
Our Duchess
Move
is
it.
a lovely lassie, you scamp, you.
Oh! Sorry!
Our knights challenge each other for sport.
Is it true?
Leave us
Has
to
God
summon a
guarded-
witcher from the north.
You've spread some nastiness to me!
I hear the beast slayer.
Greetings, sir. What is it you need?
Had wine on my mind all day.
What kind? Red? White? Rosé? Dry? Semi-dry? Sweet? How heavy? What appellation?
I'll need to think about it. Tell me something about the area, would you?
What's there to tell? That the master of these lands, Monsieur de Bourbeau, is the greatest buffoon in all Toussaint?
Really? Thanks. Keep an eye out in that case. Gwent, maybe we could play around.
They say he's a rich man. I work up to my chin and I cook some rot.
Oh!
Be gone from my sight!
Geralt of Rivia.
Welcome to my humble establishment. What land do you hail from?
Been on the road so long, don't know how to answer that. Let's just say I'm from the north.
Ah, is it true what they say? About the war, death, destruction all about?
Exaggerated. Not by much, though.
Oh, forgive my asking, but I family in Edam, see? So I'm curious. But please, do tell me what I can do for you.
Mentioned you have a family in Eddern. Whereabout, if you don't mind my asking?
In Vengerberg? You've been there, perhaps?
Yeah, number of times. It's the hometown of my... of someone very dear to me. At any rate, pretty town, Vengerberg. Also didn't suffer too much during the invasion, from what I know.
Phew. That is a relief to hear. A weight off my shoulders, I tell you.
You play much Gwent? Up for a quick match, maybe?
Aim to hop on a horse after making merry? Don't even consider it.
happy ending. Long live the Duchess. Long live Witcher Geralt.
What's that?
Gwent, interested in a round or two?
Unbeatable bargains. Preferential financing from the Chanfanellis on every armor purchase.
from the start, you rescued the beast.
Hey-ya!
Be gone from my sight.
Duver sace! 4 factions since time immemorial Gwent's had, and it's a buggering.
You wait! A year! I've invented the wankers of Novigrad faction!
When did he need changing? Leave it the fuck alone! Get your minging mitts off our fucking Gwent!
Welcome. The tourney is on the way. Might I glance at your deck?
Sure. Here.
An impressive array. Count Monnier waits inside. You may enter.
Thanks.
There you are. A pleasure to see you again. The Skellige faction, how do you find it?
It's great. Faction's a pleasure to play.
I'm glad to hear it.
Any specific tournament rules? Mind giving me an overview?
Firstly, might I introduce the contestants? Superb Gwent players all, hailing from the world's farthest corners. Hammal Ochen Dankbali, an Offieri merchant. Eric van Frog, a patrician from Novigrad. And lastly, we are proud to welcome a Skelliger.
Ye blind? Not Skelliger, damn it!
Naturally, no offense meant. Agnetha Skolt, her ever-charming Isle temperament in evidence, along with assorted beats, baubles, ropes. As to the rules, they're simple. Each player adopts a faction they cannot change for the tourney's duration. Lose a match, and you're eliminated. The winner from among you shall advance to the semi-final to face the winner of the tourney's previous edition, His Excellency the Ambassador of the Empire of Nilfgaard, Master von Hin. The winner of that match shall in turn face none other than me, your humble servant.
Hands off our Gwent! No new fucking factions!
Protesters have gathered outside. Quite a few, it seems.
Hands off our bloody game! We didn't want any new factions! Money, you dozy cunt! Stop diddling with dwarven tradition!
Change cannot always please everyone. Gwent traditionalists resent my efforts to expand the canon to include Skellige, but we shall pay them no mind.
Mind telling me what factions the others will be playing?
It is no secret. Eric van Frog will play the Northern Realms. His Excellency, in a flush of patriotism, chose Nilfgaard. Hammal Ochen Dankbali will play the Monsters deck, and Agnetha Skolt has chosen Scoia'tael. Yours truly, of course, shall await the winner with a Skellige deck. I'm determined to prove its value.
Ready to start if everybody else is.
I invite you to join me on the terrace. The herald shall soon announce the tourney's start.
Let the tourney begin! In round 1, Agnetha Skolt faces Eric von Vrog, and Geralt of Rivia plays Hammal on Dangbali.
Let's grab a table.
A wager would you wish to make?
What did you have in mind?
Weapons do I collect, and your sword of silver my eye has caught. Should I win, I should take it. Should I lose, to you another equally precious shall I give.
All right. So be it. Good match. Thanks.
And upon your victory, congratulate I you. What drove me to wager a sword against you know I not. Clearly to guide me the universe ceased. Here, you made serve well.
I'd never have lost if you hadn't cheated.
And my land folk who slander like that don't live long, because we don't let them. Accuse me of cheating again, and I'll cut your tongue out.
Enough! Hands to yourselves!
As Gwent is a gentleman's sport, we expect all its players to demonstrate impeccable manners, and we cannot tolerate any disturbances. Thus, by decision of Count Monnier, the contestants from Novigrad and Skellige are hereby disqualified.
Gentlemen's sport? Well, I'm a lady, and we ladies don't give a flying fart about a tourney where any measly prick can accuse us of cheating.
With round 1 completed, the standings are as follows. Agneta Skolt and Eric van Vrog both disqualified. Geralt of Rivia has defeated Hamel Ong den Valley of Ophir. In the semi-final, Geralt shall face the defending champion, Ambassador Von Hind.
I am honored.
pleasure to play you.
The pleasure was mutual, I assure you. Congratulations, Witcher.
Stop desecrating Gwent!
Death to any and all new factions!
Seems there's some trouble brewing.
Scoot, all of yous! Off your asses and hide to Skellige, you ale-loving seal slurpers.
Please remain calm and stop the verbal attacks.
Stop your mum from fucking ferrets, Monier, and hands off our Gwent!
Maybe instead of hollering threats, you ought to just explain what it is you want.
We've said it plenty of times, yet no one ever listens!
Got me listening.
Gwent's an ancient pastime. Its rules were set ages ago.
Exactly. Determined in keeping with the laws of nature.
There should be 4 factions. That is the optimal number. We'll not tolerate the introduction of any others. It would disgrace the tradition.
Aye, leave our Gwent the fuck alone.
Enough of this! Didn't come here to jabber but to break fucking heads in defense of tradition! Come on, lads!
I'll cleave the cunts, then dance on the bits!
Leave the fucking horses!
Fuck! Let's ram this rabble!
Gonna ring the fucker so hard, you'll trust us for the rest of the day, you fucking lights!
Careful when I fuck you, you'll know it! Regret, careful when I fuck you, you...
Cooled you off a bit?
Fuck. Seeing triple. Quadruple, even.
Enough! I shall summon the guard.
I got this, Count. Sure, you can shut this tournament down, but there'll be another, with who knows what new rules. If you don't like them, don't enter. Play somewhere else however you want, but you'll never stop other folk from playing however they like.
Bollocks!
Like my good friend Zoltan Chive says, if one says you're talking bollocks, they could be right, they could be wrong. But if multiples say you're talking bollocks, well, you probably are. So let's take a vote. Who else here thinks I'm full of it?
Zoltan Chive? Haven't seen that rascal in ages. How's he doing?
Was in Novigrad last I saw him. Be glad to tell you more over a flask of something strong.
Attention, everyone! Our outing's taken a new turn. We're to sit and drink vodka with Zoltan's pal.
Gentlemen, wait. We've still the final round of the tournament to play.
Final? Fuck that! I, Yaki Raffenberg, do hereby declare my participation in this tournament, and I demand to play the victor. We'll settle whether this Skellige faction's worth a flaming bag of shite, once and for all!
Agreed, but please, show some patience. We must first play a pre-final.
In the pre-final, Count Monnier, representing the Skellige faction, shall face Geralt of Rivia, also playing with a Skellige deck.
My brother's dream has come true. Skellige in the final, and played by both contestants.
Good luck.
Congratulations! The best man has won, playing the best faction to boot.
Thanks. Good game.
Skellige won! What a bundle of pish! Tournament's not done! Now it's my turn.
That is what we agreed. Let us resolve our differences here and now.
Now to determine the ultimate victor! Geralt of Rivia, playing the Skellige faction, shall face Yaki Raffiberg, playing...
Scoia'tael!
Let the better man, or dwarf, win!
What hurts most is fucking Skellige won. But as they say, tough shite. Congrats! Come on, lads! Let's get soused!
No, you must stay, for I wish to treat you all to a tipple. We must toast the premier of the new faction. And if anyone wishes to play a friendly match of Gwent, I see no reason why not. Thank you for everything, Witcher.
Don't think that went exactly as you planned.
What matters is we played Gwent, and I presented the Skellige faction. You proved yourself a true Gwent master. Here, the grand prize. You earned it.
Thank you very much, Count.
Thank you once more for deigning to take part in my little tournament. I hope we shall meet again.
Who knows? Farewell.
Summoning a witcher? Was that truly necessary? And our knights with our chopped liver?
If you've one jug of wine and one friend, drink the jug of wine and send the friend.
And lo and behold, I see better.
Darn steadily! My Camilek aches something fierce.